Hi guys, it's Nika, and today we will be taking a look at my not so berry Gen 5, the Plum generation couple. This generation was a mess. It was not my best storytelling. In my defense, I was playing this generation at a very dark time in my life, and I suppose at a very dark time for everyone who's currently alive because I played this during the pandemic. So that was one thing that was really taking a toll on me mentally. And another thing, when the pandemic started, I was in my first year of university. And you have probably heard me say this already, university fucking traumatized me. So I think all of that showed on what I did here and how I did it and how it was kind of mess. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say, my head was all over the place. I was stressed out, and it really showed on the writing, and I wasn't really thinking straight. And yeah, now when I look back at it, I'm like, yikes, some of the storytelling choices truly were choices. So I'm just gonna say that now. And if you will go and read the Plum generation, there will probably be some contradictions. A lot of things won't make sense. My hair is a piece of shit, honestly. It was not meant to happen, but I just the way everything turned out, I just don't like him. I really wish I could, and at first he was among my favorite Sims of this legacy, but I just cannot like him. He just acted terribly, and I feel bad for his husband. But yeah, everyone, meet Violet Sky, or Y for short, and his husband Prince. They were best friends since forever, since they were little children. They grew up together in San Myshuno, but when Vi was a little older, his mother and her boyfriend, they bought a house in Oasis Springs, so they moved away. But that did not really stop Vi and Prince from being friends. They were still in touch, just obviously not as much as they used to be, because, they lived very far from one another. But they stayed in touch, and when they could, they were hanging out with each other. And Vi really loved Prince. I can't remember now if he understood back then that he had a crush on him, but he was so totally madly in love with Prince. And one day, they were already teenagers. They were actually pretty close to graduating, I think. They were almost aging up into young adults. Prince showed up, and he wanted to invite Vi to his mother's wedding. And he was like, "You are my best friend. I would really like to invite you there, to be there with me. And like, my mom likes you too. Like, please come to the wedding." I mean, I would have asked my boyfriend, but nobody really knows yet that I have a boyfriend, and everyone knows you're my best friends, and we would not have to explain anything. And when Prince mentioned the boyfriend, Vi didn't really take it well, and he got really jealous. He tried to hide it, but Prince could see that Vi was jealous. He didn't really understand why. He had no idea that Vi could possibly be crushing on him, but as much as Vi tried to hide it, Prince was fully aware that Vi was jealous. And Vi didn't come to the wedding, and the two actually stopped talking, and then they went to different universities. Vi found a boyfriend of his own. The boyfriend's name was Toby. You guys are gonna meet him soon. It was not the best relationship, because I guess Vi really tried to like Toby, and he thought Toby was very sweet and cute, and he really liked him. and he was really attracted to him. But I guess they weren't really compatible with each other, because Toby was kind of carefree and he didn't really care about his studies. He just always wanted to party and go out and hang out with friends and stuff. And Vi, on the other hand, focused more on his studies and less on his relationship with Toby. I would say he only came to Toby when he wanted to be with him, but never came to Toby when Toby wanted to be with Vi, if that makes sense. Like, Vi was not a very good boyfriend. Neither was Toby. I feel like they were both a little toxic towards each other, and eventually they broke up. And then a new semester began, and look who's here. Prince actually transferred to this university because his major that he chose at this other university, it did not work out. It was not for him, so he decided to start anew at a different school, and Vi ran into him, and it was very awkward because they never talked about, the wedding fiasco, and their feelings towards each other were kind of complicated. Like, they were hurt by each other, and at the same time they really missed one another. It was a whole mess. And to make things even messier, Prince met Vi's ex-boyfriend Toby and got together with him. And I feel like they were a slightly more compatible match, but eventually it still didn't work out because Toby was also going through some stuff, and when he was going through it, he kind of pushed Prince away. Eventually Toby got out of the picture. He got expelled actually, and he had to leave. This was a wild storyline, but he actually joined the army. Long story, we'll get to that later. And then, nothing really stood in the way for Vi and Prince to talk it out and talk about everything. And also, they kind of bonded over the fact that they both now saw Toby as some sort of villain, because they both had bad experiences with him. But looking at it now, I feel like I shouldn't have painted Toby as such a villain. He was not such a villain, and Vi did his fair share of toxic things. I think Prince is the best out of the three. I think Prince deserved so much better than to hang out around these two toxic fucks, but oh well, and he did, and he just ran to them always and never learned that he deserves better. Unfortunately, that's the most tragic thing about his character. Like, he should know better, and yet he keeps running back to his toxic best friend from childhood. Anyway, so yeah, Prince and Vi got together, and they were together all through the rest of university. They both graduated, they got married, they had a child, all that. They moved to Del Sol Valley together. Vi was a doctor, then he became an actor, the whole thing with the Plum job, although you're supposed to become an entertainer later, which I didn't do because I did that career a lot of times, and at that time I had never played with the actor career before, so I wanted to try that. And the two were really happy together. Sure, there were some things like why kind of felt like Prince is sometimes too responsible, and they had some differences and they disagreed on some things, but overall they were happy until Toby showed up again, because he was actually from Del Sol Valley too. As I said, he had joined the army and he was in Strangerville, but now he was coming back to, I think, visit his sister or something like that was there. And he ran into Vi, and he had no idea that Vi and Prince got together, got married, had a child. And he wanted to hang out with Vi again, because at this point it has been a few years and he kind of got over it. He kind of has forgiven Vi for all that was happening between them when they were in university, and he just wanted to catch up. And to put it plain and simple, Vi fell for him again. Also, Toby, even though he knew, because Vi told him, about the marriage and all, even though he knew about that, he still tried to flirt with Y. And at first, Y was like, please stop. I'm married, this is not going to happen again. But he very quickly got to him, and Y very quickly fell for him again. And sure, he knew that cheating is bad, but he was like, if I just keep them separated, I can be with both of them, because I love both of them. Like, you know, Toby has changed, he's different. I like this new, different, more responsible Toby. He's got something that Prince doesn't have, and Prince has something that Toby doesn't have, and I want them both. And that did not really work out, because Prince found out, and Y had to make a choice, but he's a non-committal, indecisive prick, and it was all very messy, and add my not very good messy writing on top of that, and it was a huge mess. And I'm trying to really wrap this up now because we are running out of time. So if you want to know more, it's on my Tumblr. It's, as I've said already, not the best read, proceed with caution. But still, I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope you enjoyed these two Sims, and I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching, love you guys, bye everyone!